So there's a saying that I heard a while back from Abraham Hicks, which has stuck with me for a very, very long time. And the saying goes, do you want to be right, or do you want to feel good? And I was having a chat to a very close friend of mine on the weekend, and we're discussing some views that we had in terms of Christ consciousness and Jesus, and then the church. And she had an opinion that was quite strong, and she wasn't prepared to see it from another perspective. So I said to her, do you want to be right, or do you want to feel good? And that concept is so beautiful, because my end goal is to live in a reality where there's only love, where I am at peace in my body and everything is easy, right? So if you take that comment of do you want to be right, or do you want to feel good, when you're in a situation where someone else might have a different opinion to what you have, feel into the energy of your body, or the energy in your body, or the sensation that's arising in your body. And if you can feel that it's contracted, ask yourself the question, do I want to be right, or do I want to feel good? When you can give yourself that cushion or that window, you relax, you surrender into the feeling of the resistance of what it is that they have to say, and you can listen and hear what they have to say with curiosity and an open heart. Then you can still have your opinion. It doesn't have to change. You don't have to be the same as somebody else. You can have a different opinion. But this gives you the opportunity to be in the receptive mode. Because in the past, when you are so closed and you're defending your stance, you're not open to hear any new information. Whereas if you stop and you surrender the need to be right, you open yourself up to listen, and when you listen, you can learn. And there could be something in whatever this person is saying, which you might decide that now, actually, there's a part of this that I want to tweak onto what my belief is. And this is the way that we evolved. As opposed to always being closed off and I am right. Because when you're right, you can't learn. But when you are open to everything, then there's a possibility to learn. So if you are finding yourself butting heads with a lot of people and you can't understand why they can't get your point of view, I invite you to try this. Try and soften your stance on whatever it is. You don't have to change it if you don't like, but just allow the other person to be able to speak their belief freely and without any judgment. And then, as I say, to be able to look at it with curiosity. You don't even have to give your opinion or your stance. That you can just be quiet. And if they ask you, well, what do you think of this? Then you can say something like, well, you have a very interesting perspective on this particular subject. Mine is very different. I love your perspective, but I don't have the same perspective. And then you can go into explaining yours. And so sometimes waiting for somebody to ask you what your opinion on the particular topic, rather than just spewing it out, gives you the opportunity to listen and learn. So try this out. See if it works for you. It does take a bit of practice, because you have to do something that most of us are not used to doing, and that's listening. But if you can practice the art of listening, you will find that it is a very valuable tool. So give it a bash. Love you.